Madelyn Postman is writing a short story collection that links memoir with her family's intergenerational tale of Chinese and Eastern European Jewish immigrants to California. The first story in the collection, Things My Dad Told Me, will be published in the Hope Prize anthology by Simon & Schuster, Australia, in December 2024. Her stories have been long-listed in Flash 500 Short Stories 2024, and her work has been featured on the Failing Writers podcast. She is American and lives outside London with her husband and 2 teenage children.
His bones, a true story. If his bones could speak, they would plead, "Take us home." Ha! His voice would echo off the walls of his hillside crypt in Oakland. "Who do you take me for, an old-fashioned immigrant?" He speaks English with no accent. "You've certainly taken on American ways here in Gold Mountain, but your soul will not be at peace until we return to China. Though it's thousands of miles away, we're still entangled with our homeland. Whatever happens over there, I simultaneously feel it here. Nobody said this was going to be easy. You're resourceful, figure it out." My dear Bones, I worked so hard to get here. Think of the miles we walked as a boy between the villages, Long Taiwan to Shaki, selling eggs to scrape together my fare to California. With all that trotting on stone paths, it's a miracle that you made me grow so tall. The Bones, pleased with the recognition, indulged Joe. They chuckle. Ho, ho, ho. Such a long time ago. Remember grandmother, Mama, and her sour face, like it was being sucked from the inside? She's the one who put the fire under you to leave home. She was jealous of the Gold Mountain wives and wanted to be dripping in gold jewelry like them. Shame that she didn't live to see my wealth. She wouldn't have believed her eyes. I would have given her all the gold earrings and bangles she desired. Joe sounds nostalgic. One of the first Chinese-American millionaires. You were in the New York Times. High salaries, paid in nation, 1937, alongside Walt Disney and Charlie Chaplin. The Bones keep the score, as if they could take all the credit for the transformation. Founding the national dollar stores, selling off stock market shares a hair ahead of the 1929 crash, investing in property in California, Hawaii, Nevada. You couldn't have done it without me. While he was alive, the Bones had made Joe stand arrow straight, proud and oddly formal. But Joe wasn't listening. I didn't even ask for help from the Chinese 6 companies. I don't take charity, I give it. You know, it's the Chinese 6 companies who went across America digging out immigrant skeletons and shipping them back to China through Hong Kong and Macau. 20,000 pounds of bones, making the journey of their dreams in reverse. After that, the only bones that got shipped across the Pacific were cattle shin bones from Chicago to be made into mahjong sets in Shanghai and sent back to America. Cheaper than ivory. But that was back in the 20s, 40 years ago. The Bones have heard it all before. They sigh and regret it. They need to be patient. Looks like they're here with Joe for all eternity. Do you get the irony? What irony? Joe is guarded. We're stuck in Mountain View Cemetery, here in Gold Mountain. 57 years pass. Listen. Joe makes out muffled voices, different to the docents who stop by the crypt marked Shoong, to reel off a 2-minute synopsis of his life. A woman's voice marvels, "I can't believe we're here in person. I saw it on YouTube." Another woman, older, "Let's take a selfie." The younger woman asks, "What would I have called him? Taigoon? Great-grandfather?" The older woman responds, "I don't know the right name in Cantonese. I think he was my goon-goon. I was little when he died." Joe and his Bones hold their breath, while the 2 women outside shuffle around. The older woman says, bubbly, 1, 2, 3, cheese. A camera shutter clicks. Then everything is quiet once more. Joe whispers, "She said she was little. Must be my son's youngest daughter. And the great-granddaughter, who is she?" His clavicles raise in a shrug. While the great-granddaughter was at the crypt, the bones transmitted their wishes to her. She felt it as a wave of emotion, then a sudden sense of connection to her great-grandfather. The bones became entangled with her, linking 4 generations. She begins to research her ancestor tenaciously, like a dog with a bone, as if his history could enhance her life with meaning. She notes that he was born in 1879. The date seems disembodied, so she looks up other people born that year. Albert Einstein is one. She goes on a tangent reading about the scientist and finding that he described quantum entanglement as spooky action at a distance. Entanglement fascinates her. A headline about Chinese scientists working with 6 weirdly connected photons reminds her of the Chinese 6 companies shipping immigrants' bones home so their souls would be at rest. She feels compelled to dig in, to get closer. She travels to Zhongshan, a ferry ride away from Hong Kong, and locates Joe's house in the nearby village of Long Tao Wan. Her great-grandfather's homeland is blurry through her tears. The past and the present, China and Gold Mountain, have reunited and condensed into this one powerful moment. Back in America, the great-granddaughter excavates a storage unit that houses generations of family history. She discovers 3 relics. A National Dollar Store's 30th year commemoration plaque listing all the store openings since 1907. A black and white headshot of Joe mounted next to a memorial resolution from the board of directors, marking their chairman's passing to the great beyond, from whence no traveler returns, on April 13th, 1961. A full-length oil painting of Joe standing next to a chair, wearing a double-breasted suit, left hand tucked into his pocket. The great-granddaughter and a weirdly connected task force, a university librarian, an artist, a personal trainer, an import-export business owner, a museum director, arranged for the artifacts to travel by truck and then cargo ship, leaving Gold Mountain and cutting across the swells of the Pacific all the way to China. Thanks to the somewhat Chinese 6 people, the representations of Joe and his life's work now live a 2-hour walk from his ancestral home in the Zhongshan Museum. His bones sigh, relieved. "I knew you could do it."